Can you pass that to me? Thank you, sir. And the quality is pretty good. If you've seen one of my older videos, I salvaged a TV to get some parts. From that thing I grabbed a subwoofer and 2 speakers. So I thought, why don't we make a sound system for me, using only trash. We're gonna make this super simple. We need a phone or a laptop to give us some sound output of your favorite Rickroll tunes. We need an amplifier to make that signal a bit stronger. We need like 4 wires that would go into the speakers. Now the amplifier, that bad boy needs to be powered by some power supply, because this thing cannot eat 220 volts. Well, some can, but in this case it can't. So we need this power supply boy to make 25 volts and 5 amps. Of course, it depends on the amplifier. When we have all that magic, we should be getting sound. If you use those beautiful things called eyes, you can see these are 2 speakers from the TV that I salvaged and the subwoofer on the left. So that's a check mark, that's a check mark, and that's a checkmate. Now because I live in a house, I also have power, so that's a check. Now what shall we do with the power supply? Digging through the dumpster of power supplies and cables, I am able to find something that can provide 12 volts and 2 amps, which is not enough. So in this case, I'm just gonna be using my bench power supply for a little bit. But a power supply like this Meanwell LRS 15024 would do the job perfectly. Or a laptop charger. The power requirement depends on the amplifier that you will use. In my case, I have this crappy thing from, I don't know, Amazon for like 20 bucks, which I got for free because it was faulty probably. Can't remember if it's this exact one, but this one is having problems with the power supply, that the power protection is kicking in and turning it on and off, on and off, on and off because over voltage. So let's see if it works with 24. A little check here, and that's a check, and that's a check. So all that's left is the wires. Now we're gonna feed it power and let's see what happens. There it is. That cable. One thing to note with the speakers is that the polarity of the wires matters. If you mix them up, then one speaker will be moving inwards and the other one will be outwards. What we want is to have them both moving outwards. I guess it's a success. So the sound has highs, the sound has mids, but the lows are horrible. So let's connect that subwoofer. Now because I'm a little bit of a lazy man in this case, what I'm gonna do is just drag the wires from the right speaker straight into the subwoofer and let it all happen by itself. Because speed. And it's playing nicely. There's a lot of bass, the sound is clear, it's quite loud. All it needs is a case and this would be a perfect speaker. Now a thing that you shouldn't do is turn up the power above what it's rated or higher than it should be. If you hear it crackling or making distortions, that's probably your limit. Do not go higher. I pushed the subwoofer to about 85% and I smelled something burning. But it's all fine, nothing broke yet. But I also had an idea. Why use speakers if you can use something more innovative? 220 volts exposed with some cheap amplifier, an exciter which It's like a speaker, but it vibrates the surface instead of the membrane to produce sound. It's buzzing. Can you zoom in? Yeah, so it's working. Let's see what's the voltage. We have 24 steady volts. Now we don't have a subwoofer, we don't have a speaker. All we have is this beautiful exciter thing. Let's see, maybe we can use the table. And this thing is pretty cool. It sounds pretty good. It's louder than the speakers. It uses less power, might be a little less bassy, but it creates more vibrations. And the sound changes depending on what surface you attach it to. And you can attach it to basically anything. The screen of a ThinkPad. No, that sucks. Wait, can you pass that to me? Thank you, sir. And the quality is pretty good.